So in this video, we're going to cover E flat minor. Okay, so this minor scale has a lot of flats, 6 in total. You're going to be playing B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats, and C flats. You're probably used to playing B flats, E flats, and A flats, but the D flat, G flat, and C flat, those are the ones that you're probably not really used to playing, so really watch out for that. The other thing I want to mention is that in this minor scale, we're going to be doing melodic minors. So there are 3 that you could play. Natural minor, which is a scale that follows exactly the key signature. You have a harmonic minor scale, which is just like a natural minor scale, except you raise the 7th note in the scale by a half step. Okay? And then you have finally a melodic minor scale, which is kind of even more complicated. You raise the 6th and 7th notes on the way up by a half step. On the way down, you bring them back to what is in the key signature, and you're basically playing a natural minor scale on the way back down. So it's sort of a hybrid of scales, and that's the one that typically cellists will work on. That one, or usually harmonic minor. So in this one, we're going to do melodic minor. Okay. So let's get started. Put your hand in lower 2nd position on the C string. So lower 2nd is your E flat in 1st position, which is your 2nd finger in 1st position. You're now going to want to put your 1st finger where that 2nd finger is. So basically you're one half step, a single half step above 1st position, and that's your starting position. Okay, so let's go slowly. E flat, F, this is your G flat. Then you're going to shift to the G string in half position, play your A flat 1st finger, your B flat, and this is where it's unique to the melodic minor scale. Instead of playing a C flat, you're going to play a C natural. Same thing, this is your 7th note. You're going to play a D natural instead of a D flat. This is 1st finger in 4th position. And then you finish it off with your 2nd finger, which is your E flat. So that's your 1st octave that you're going to be playing. So remember, once you get to the G string, you're not going to play a C flat, and you're not going to play a D flat. You're going to play a C natural and a D natural on the way up. On the way down, you'll play D flats and C flats. You'll play all the flats that are written in the key signature. Okay, so let's do that one more time, slowly. So lower 2nd position, 1st finger, 3 on the F, 4 on the G flat, 1st finger on the A flat on the G string, B flat, extend, play a C natural, a D natural in 4th position, 1st finger, and then you're going to play your E flat. Okay, and just to show you how different it is when you when you're going up and coming down. Let's just say that we've done the whole scale. You've gone all the way up to this E flat on the A string. You're coming down. Let's go back to the E flat we just landed on and pretend we're going backwards. Now, E flat. So remember, you have to play all your flats now. Your D flats, your C flats. Now play a D flat. That's an extension from 4th position. And then shift to half position. You're going to be shifting to a C flat. Okay, so that's a single half step below 1st position. This is 1st position, half position, that's your C flat. Okay, so one more time from the E flat, D flat, C flat, B flat, A flat. Now you're going to shift to lower 2nd on the 4th finger on G flat, F, E flat. Okay, so let's play from the bottom to the top of the 1st octave, and I'm going to keep going to the 2nd octave. Okay, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, A flat, extend. B flat, fourth finger. And then C natural, remember not C flat, C natural. Lower second, D natural, and E flat. And that's your second octave. Yeah. So let's go. Okay, let's go back to the the beginning of the second octave. Start up bow so we can keep the bowing that we began with. E flat, second finger in fourth position on the G string. Fourth finger, shift to G flat. A flat, B flat, lower second. Let's come back down, now play. Remember, you have to play all of the flats in the key signature on the way down. So now you're going to play, instead of a D natural, you're going to play a D flat, C flat, B flat, A flat, G flat, F, fourth position, E flat, and then let's keep going. D flat, C flat, half position, B flat, A flat, G flat, F, E flat. Okay, so let's just do the whole thing slowly. Probably just play some half notes. We're gonna go up and down, continuous. Okay, so 3, 4, 1. Shift, half position, extend, C natural next, D natural, E flat, that's your first octave, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C natural, D, E flat. Fourth position. Halfway there. So D flat, C flat, B flat, A flat, G flat, F natural, and then E flat. Okay? So really pay attention to what notes you're playing, what positions you're in, and also pay particular attention to the difference between the going up and coming down in a melodic minor scale, because those two directions are different. The notes that you play will be different based on whether you're ascending or descending in the scale. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the arpeggios. Okay. So you're gonna start your hand in the same position. First finger on E flat. Okay. So E flat, G flat, fourth finger, and that's your B flat. Okay, and that's your first. It's your first triad, your first arpeggio, and then you're going to repeat those 3 notes again, finishing off with the E flat, and then you go backwards. So one more time. First finger on E flat, G flat, E flat. Now you're going to shift to E flat with your fourth finger on the G string. Third position. Extend. This is your G flat, B flat, keep the extension. And then your second finger is right across on the A string in this position. In third position. Backwards, B flat, fourth finger right across, extend for the G flat. Keep the extension alive for the E flat. Now shift to lower second. First finger, that's your B flat, G flat, E flat. So I think this is a little bit easier than the scale itself, because you're only playing 3 notes, and regardless of whether you're going up or down, those notes will not change. Yeah, you don't have to think about different accidentals, whether it's natural or flat. The other reason is there's only 2 positions you're dealing with. You're dealing with an extension in 3rd position, and you're dealing with lower 2nd position. So if you could get those 2 positions correct, and your fingers are more or less in the right shape, the notes should be right under your fingers. Okay, so one more time, the whole thing going up and down. 3, 4, 1, 2. Shift, E flat. Now extend. Keep the extension. 4th finger, E flat right across. Attention to knowing when you're in closed position or when you're in open position. Open position is extended position. So closed position, and this, all of that is extended. So really make sure, don't collapse the extension after you play E flat, G flat. Don't collapse it. Keep it expanded, because you need that for the B flat. Okay, so this is what I mean by shapes. If I could just keep my shape and I know what shape I need to be in, then every time it's like I have a piece of Lego, the perfect Lego shape for what I want, and then it's right there every time. But if I was thinking note by note, then now I have to think about so many different things. Yeah, so it's much better to think of your hand as a block, as a shape, as opposed to individual fingers. Okay, and arpeggios are really good for that. And so are broken thirds, which is what I want to do next. Okay, these broken thirds are also complex, just because you have 6 flats. So let's take it slowly, and we'll go octave by octave. Okay, so again, you're going to put your first finger in lower 2nd position. Now this one is going to start off right away with a shift to lower 3rd position, to G flat. Stay there for your F, your A flat, G flat, and then you're going to shift to 1st position on the B flat. Play your A flat, your C flat, your B flat. Now play your D natural. Play your C natural, your E flat, 3rd finger, 2 for your D, D natural, F, 1st position, E flat, half position. Okay, so that's your 1st octave. So you'll note that the first time you play a C, which is, it's actually written in as the key signature, so you're playing a C flat. Then you go up, you play a B flat, then you play a D natural. That's the 7th note in the scale. Since we're ascending, we're going to play that D natural, and then here's where we play the C natural. Yeah, so ascending is a little bit more complex. On the way down, you just follow exactly the key signature. So let's do that octave one more time, and then we'll keep going to the 2nd octave. So E flat, 1st finger, lower 2nd position. Yeah, always, by the way, always make sure that if you're unfamiliar with exactly where your hand needs to be, try, at least for these videos right now, I think you can relate every single starting note to 1st position, which I think is a good way to do it. So 1st position, 2nd finger. Yeah, you guys have probably played this many times. That's where your 1st finger goes. Yeah, okay, so let's get started. E flat, G flat, 2nd finger, lower 3rd position. Stay there for the F, A flat, G flat. Now shift to 1st first position on the G string, second finger, B flat. Extend for the A flat. Keep the extension alive for the C flat. Collapse the extension, E flat. Now shift to third position, D natural. Extend for the C natural. Here's your E flat. D, F, regular old first position. Extend for your E flat. Okay, so that's your first octave. Okay, let's keep going right from there. Okay, so we finished down bow, so let's start E flat down bow. Your first finger is in half position. Get your hand ready for an extension note, because the very next note you're going to be playing after your E flat, your G flat is an extended position, yeah? So E flat, G flat, F, lower third position for the A flat. Now extend for the G flat. Keep the extension alive for the B flat, fourth finger. A flat. This is where it gets a little tricky. So this is your C flat, half position, second finger on the A string. B flat. Extend for your D natural. Your C natural is right there in first position. Lower third position for the E flat. First finger D, F. And there's your E flat. And then from there we're going to descend. Okay, one more time. Just to make sure we've got the notes correct. So E flat, half position. Extend. G flat, F. Lower third position, second finger. That's your A flat. G flat, B flat, A flat. Half position on the A string with your second finger is your C flat. B flat, D natural. Second finger, E flat. Descend. So when we're descending, remember you're going to follow the key signature. It's going to be all six: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat. Okay. So let's see. Second finger, lower third position on the A string. That's where we left off. So E flat. This is your C flat. E flat, C flat, half position. And lower third. E flat, G flat, extend. A flat, first position F. G flat, D flat, F. Again, lower third. For your D flat. E flat, C flat, D flat. Take a look at that again if you're confused about how to come down, and play along, because watching me play, hearing my pitch, and then playing at the same time will help you a lot in understanding where your hand needs to go. Okay? So let's do the whole thing, up and down at a fairly moderate tempo. Right now I care most about you understanding what position you need to be in, the shape you need to be in, the notes you're playing, and really good understanding of the geography of this fingerboard. Okay, speed will come later. Speed will only come once you really understand where all your notes are under your fingers. Okay, so let's do this whole thing. E flat, lower second position. Okay, so about this tempo. Okay, 3, 4. First position. practice it slowly. Make sure you're thinking about what notes you're playing, think about the positions that you're playing, and take care of the pitch, okay? Because there are so many unfamiliar flats that if you're not really careful note by note, you might end up in a scale that you didn't start with, and you don't want that to happen, okay? So just slow practice and get the notes first, and then we'll work on other things, okay? Great.